Drake is well on his way to being an icon. He's successful, rich, handsome, and very much paid. But Certified Loverboy is one of his worst albums ever made. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. I want to come to you guys today with my first ever music album review. And the album we're going to be reviewing is, as you know, Certified Loverboy. So after many delays, Drake dropped the Certified Loverboy album this past weekend. And while I was immensely excited, this album completely let me all the way down, y'all. Now, I say this with love. This whole review is going to be from my heart because I wouldn't really talk about you or review your music if I didn't care. I am a Drake fan from the very beginning, all the way back in the Degrassi days. He was a great actor. He was just a sheer raw talent. Like, you could tell he stepped on that show, didn't know what he was doing, but over time, he stepped into his own, showcased his musical talents, came all the way down to Houston, and became the man that we know today. Drake, in my opinion, when nobody saw for him, I was the one person. I mean, there's probably a slew of other people, but I was a day one fan when he came out with You the Best, along with all his other little mixtapes that he made back in Toronto. I thought Drake was going to be, really, I knew he was going to be big one day, and he is one of the biggest artists of all time. But y'all, Certified Loverboy, I can tell that he made this album because he had to, not because he wanted to. Certified Loverboy didn't really have any love put into it. Certified Loverboy came out because his fans were thirsty for some music. They wanted another album, and he was well overdue for one. This album was supposed to come out, I believe, last year, but kept on getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and now I see why. Now, this is not a fact. This is just my opinions, but 9 times out of 10, my opinions become a fact. I can tell he was very insecure about this album. He was not confident in the music, and it definitely shows. Y'all, I have like intense deja vu. I have like a weird power where I can like dream about something, but yet like when I forget about my dreams, they tend to happen in real life. I feel like I heard this album in my dreams because I've heard all these songs before. Like, they all felt very been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and used it as a cum rag. Like, very just old Drake. Like, I've heard these songs before, y'all. Like, it just offered nothing new to me. He has shown no growth as an artist with this album, and I think he knows that. And I do not think that this is his best album. This album was a certified hit because of social media. Social media saved this album, and mainly due to his cover art and also the name of the album. Certified Loverboy, that's like a great title. And then the cover art, which I personally thought was very lazy artwork, was like a bunch of pregnant woman emojis. Everybody took that and ran with it like they did with Views on the 6. They made a meme out of his whole entire album cover. Everybody made their own little spin on his album cover, including Lil Nas X. And people wanted to tune in just based on that alone and based on the Drake name. His name, that album cover, and the album title saved the whole entire rollout of this album. Now, I will say, before I go all the way in, because I feel like I already went in, to be honest with you, but making music is hard. It's hard. It's really hard work, especially if you haven't been doing it your whole entire life. Drake really got in his bag, I think, when he was like 23, 24. So he hasn't been in the music game super, super long. So I understand, and especially since I'm about to be like almost 100% in like a creative capacity, working in creative capacity, working in creative industry, being a creative is hard. Like, you have creative blocks. Sometimes you just want to get the content out there to appease your fans and let them know that you still have a pulse. Let them know that you're like working on something hard, diligently. So I feel like this album was rushed. I feel like a lot of these songs were on backlog, and he was having a hard time deciding which songs to put on this album and what was gonna like, what everybody's gonna vibe to. Now, some of these songs are a vibe. Out of all 27 songs or 28, however songs were on there, I think I only liked a good 4 or 5 of them, probably a little less than that. My first favorite song was In the Bible featuring Lil Durk. It was very like nice. Like, it's like a song that you go riding around at night, you're contemplating rolling up on somebody that betrayed you, contemplating if you want to do a drive-by type of music. Like, that's what it is, like lurking music, lurking at night. So I was vibing with that song. It had like an intense beat to it. Then towards the album, it got a little moody. So I did like the song Race My Mind, mainly because it could be played at a fashion show. It had like a nice little fashion show type of loungy vibe to it. Loved it. And then we have Fountains. That's something that could play like at a beach vacation resort. Like, a lot of his songs on this album were like good background music that you could play like at a lounge, like at a bar, or background music on a show. Like, for example, like let's say if they make the Girlfriends movie, I could see them like walking into a club and one of these songs on the album playing in the background. Like, this album was very good background music, if I'm being generous. And the last song I liked was You Only Live Twice, featuring Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. This is Xanax music. Like, even I feel like they didn't even really do the song justice, but just on GP that they're there, like, I mean, that's cool. Like, but y'all, this album was boring. It was really, really boring. Like, I was not vibing with it. From the first song, let's see, let me go to the playlist. Champagne Poetry. I liked that they sampled this one old school song. I forgot the name of it, but I didn't really care about the lyrics. Poppy's Home. Poppy's Home, that was a disappointment. You have Nicki Minaj's voice in there, but yet you couldn't get a feature from Nicki Minaj. I mean, that just really seems like an opportunity wasted. I mean, we've been waiting for Drake and Nicki to have a collab ever since Moment for Life, like way back in like 2010. Like, this was the time to do that, Drake. Like, what's going on? Love All featuring Jay-Z, I did not like it. To my surprise, like, I haven't disliked a Jay-Z song in a very long time, but that song right there was... Am I tripping? Because I didn't like it at all. Fair Trade featuring Travis Scott, trash. Just trash. And then we have Way Too Sexy, which I will say I do like the music video for this song. The music video is funny, it's cute. But the song is not good. I do not like it. Like, I know this is like the one club banger that he wanted on this album, but him, like, I feel like, once again, deja vu with him and Future. Like, they always collab, which is cool. They have great chemistry, but this song was lazy. Like, I wasn't feeling it. Like, yeah, it was a nice sample from the 90s, but no. I hated it. TSU, more like TS Pooh. You guys could never, never, ever. You will never be as good as PV. Not if you tried. I like the fact that it was a homage to Houston and he paid homage to TSU for whatever reason. The worst HBCU. But that song wasn't good either. It was not good. Like, I'm just like... Y'all may think I'm crazy. Y'all may think I'm just like a negative, a music snob. I'll be that, because a song with the name TSU in it and paying homage to Houston, I thought that was going to be an instant bop, and it was an instant not. In Too Deep, don't even remember what it sounds like, Forgetful. And then we have Pipe Down. Now, with a name like Pipe Down, I thought that was going to be like the ultimate, like, gray sweatpants, dick bopping, pretty boy, DL prison trade anthem of the summer, and it was not. It was like a whiny, slow song, y'all. Like, I thought that was gonna at least have, like, you know how he likes to go all Caribbean with it, or have like a New Orleans bounce beat, but it was none of that. It was just a complaining ass slow song. I'm just like, what? Yeba's Heartbreak, it was okay. Knife Talk, it was decent. I didn't dislike that song. And then we have 7 a.m. Didn't like it. Race My Mind, it was cool. Fountains featuring Tim's, it was a cute little loungy song. I liked it. Get Along Better, Get Along Never. What else? And then we have MY2 featuring Kid Cudi. That was sleep-inducing. Effing Fans, didn't like it, and The Remorse was okay. And overall, y'all, when I tell you guys, I listened to this album 3 times straight. I went to the gym. You know how, like, when you do legs, you want to eat a lot of carbs. So I carved up, and I went to the gym to work the itis off. And then when I tell you I wanted to just go in the locker room and lay down on the bench listening to this album, like, I really gave this album like a thorough listen, and it just did absolutely nothing for me whatsoever. Like, Drake, you can do better. You could do better than this, and I know that you could do better than this. Like, this was not it at all. Like, everybody is gassing this album up because I think everybody is starved for music right now. Like, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe there's like a little depression in me. But y'all, right now, music is boring. Music is just, in this current state, based on everybody's summer rollout, I wouldn't go to anybody's concert. Like, I wouldn't go out to support anybody. I would not risk getting coronavirus to support anybody at these concerts because the music is not it. And you know, I think it has to do with, there's this one meme that keeps rolling around on social media saying that I think that we're all a little burnt out than we think we are. And I think that's the case with a lot of these artists. A lot of these artists are just tired. A lot of these artists are like doing anything that they can during this pandemic to make money, and really all of them probably could have benefited from a unemployment pandemic, sit their ass down type of check, like get a check for doing absolutely nothing so they could be revitalized and come back to us with some quality content. But you know, like when you're a high standard celebrity like Drake and like everybody else, you got to keep on, get your name in the mix, roll out, put this single out and then it burns out, put out another one, then it burns out. Y'all, I'm just very disappointed. I am a fan of Drake, and I know he is capable of better. I said that he never had a bad album, and I think this is actually his first bad album. Like, you mean to tell me that you went through a whole entire beef with Kanye, one of the alleged greatest rappers of all time. You found out you had a white baby. You had a beef with Pusha T. You mended your relationship with Nicki Minaj. And you mean to tell me that you couldn't pull from that and give us something? Like, I feel like I just wanted him to go deeper. Like, at this stage of his artistry, he needs to, like, go deeper, like Beyonce's Lemonade. Like, I understand everybody grows at a different pace, but Drake, baby, like, this was not what I came to see. Like, I just was not fucking with this. Like, I wasn't featuring this. Like, y'all may come at me thinking that I'm a little too harsh, but I'm just keeping it all the way real and giving my authentic thoughts, because I feel like everybody is lying, saying that this album is good, and it's not. But ranking this album, y'all, I give it a C for cute. If I were to give it out of 10, I would really want to give it a 3, but just off of GP, I'm going to give him a 5.5, borderline a 6 because he's from the 6, but overall, I did not come here for this. Like, I was just not featuring this, I was not vibing with this. Like, I never thought that I would dislike a Drake project, and this is a first. Now, I want you all to go ahead and drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys thought of the album. Do you guys agree with me, or do you have an opposing view? Please let me know. I may sound crazy, but like this is just my transparent thoughts. Like, I just was not fucking with this at all. But yeah, y'all, this was your Music Minute with Beasley, just keeping it real and taking it easy. But those are my views, not from the 6. In society, this album was a hit, but to me, it was a bona fide miss. But once again, those are my views, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come at you guys with some more content.